It's a hat trick. So this is our poster we did for last night's game, England versus Mexico. I'm pretty sure it works as a good luck charm, so we should probably carry on and make another one. I think the boys really want us to make another one. They keep trying really hard to win, so they definitely want another print from us. Last night we maybe should have put Bellingham on it, but Bellingham was on the second one, so if you want some Bellingham for your walls, we got you covered. So the next one is on Saturday and we have a little bit longer to do it than our usual 2 days. I'm gonna get started on sketching it up today. We've got a really great idea that we're really excited about that we're kind of hoping to maybe save for the final because it's a really strong idea. But we don't want to potentially not end up using it. Not that we don't believe in you boys because you're obviously going to the final. But I think we're just too excited to wait. So we're going to use it for Saturday's game versus Norway, which is going to be amazing. And we're going to get started on it now. Okay, I've got to be quick because I've had to turn the fan off for noise and it's very hot. And I'm going to show you the research we've been looking at and then how that's progressed so far and where we're at. So came onto Pinterest and we were searching vintage, mainly American sports like American football, baseball. There are some like boxing posters in there, but very much mid-century posters because that's obviously the theme we want to carry on. So a few of the standout ones, especially for this game's idea, was the idea of like a head-to-head match. So it's where some of the boxing posters come in. They're always very much like face on face. Like this was a strong idea that we really liked. I'll put it here so you can see it better. But this idea of the two teams clashing, the head-to-head visual, really love that. Again, like sort of like picking out either the captains or the star players or the strikers or players of the moment kind of thing. The whole idea of them facing off against each other, and especially I think we weren't sure when to use that, but I think for this game versus Norway, you know, we're quite far on in the competition now and we've got huge stars in Kane and Erling Haaland, so I think that's going to work really well as a visual. Sketch wise, we've got to this point right now, so the idea is they're like shoulder to shoulder and then we are going to split the poster. Colourways works really well because we've obviously been doing the red, white and blue. I think we want to stick to that, and with Norway being like red and blue, it's really helpful that we can stick to a red and blue and white split. We're going to have Kane on one side and Haaland on the other, and I think it's going to be really great. So I'm just going to add a bit more detail to this, try and get their faces in and figure out where the type's going to go. I'm thinking maybe like banner, make the type a little bit different to the other ones because obviously two of our prints have been very typographic and the other one had the type top and bottom sort of awkwardly laid out like a program. So this one we're going to either, maybe we might put some type in the ball, which was the idea with number 2, which we decided against in the end, but I think it might work for this one because it's sort of more centrally aligned symmetrical print, so it might work for that. Otherwise, we're going to look at banners and where to put all the type now.
Okay, so it's Friday morning and the game is tomorrow. It's the 10th today, you can just about see on there, and the game is on the 11th. And Kate has got to this point with her image research. We've done some sketching, some rough layouts of the poster, and we're kind of happy with the composition of everything. And now it's a case of working it up into a final. We've had a really busy week with loads of commission work, which has been fantastic, but it's taken up all our time to do this extra fun job that we've given ourselves. So we really don't have a lot of time. I've literally just got today if we're going to be able to get it printed, framed and filmed, ready to launch the video and launch the print before the game tomorrow. So I'm going to crack on and start working this up. Currently we've got a sketch and we're going to turn it into a vector. So come along and we'll do that now as quick as possible. Let's go. So you can see we've got the basic structure of our players here, just mirrored. They're looking really weird and ugly at the moment, but it gives us a basic structure to work with. So we've got this reference image of a player that's got some quite nice lighting on it. You can see on the shorts and the shirt. And this is what we want to get into this. So we're going to trace some of these folds and these lines and see where the shadows land, and then try and put that onto our very basic structure, build it out, add some depth and some shadow and some life into this quite rigid structure that we've got at the moment. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so it's about 12 o'clock, midday on Friday, and we've got to this point. And I think it's looking good. So now it's going to be a case of adding in the colours of the kits and some additional detail before we work on the type and the structure of the rest of the poster. Now with the kits, we weren't sure exactly who was going to wear what colour, and they announced it quite late. So now we know. We've just looked it up. We know who's going to be playing in what colour, and we can structure the colours of the print to match that, because we want it as accurate as possible for the game tomorrow. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to work in some additional detail, add in the kit colours, finalise the shadows and the structure of the faces, and get it to a point where the main illustration of the poster is finished, and then we can work on the type structure and all the finishing touches before we move on to texture. So that's what we're going to do now. We've got a couple of hours left, so I'm going to work really fast and blast through this. So let's go.
So we just talked about kit colours, and Norway are supposed to be playing in red and blue shorts, but we did decide against this and go for a full red kit because it just mirrors better. Artistic license, you know?
So we have finished all the vector artwork for the main illustration of the poster. It's kind of as done as I can do right now before we add any additional texture and see if anything else needs to be included or chopped and changed around, but quite happy with how it's looking. But we now need to focus on the type hierarchy and final layout of the poster. I think it's looking kind of cool. I'm still playing with exactly what style of the type we need to do. I don't want to overcook it, because we found on previous ones that it works so much better when it's a lot simpler and kind of clunky and old school. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to play with some type. Still running out of time, so I'm going to crack on instead of talking. So here we go. Right, more type.
So we did decide to go for this banner idea at the top, the nice vintage classic banner. It looks great. Bobby added some great type to the ball, which works really, really well. Don't worry, we do change Haaland's hair colour. We were trying to keep the mirror, but we just couldn't not give him his blonde locks. So that will change. And yeah, this is the point we're at. I think it looks amazing.
Okay, so it's Friday evening and we've wrapped up the poster. It's been sent off to our printer. Done all the texturing. Everything should be looking absolutely perfect to send over. It's done. That's print number 4, game number 4 of these England series of posters. And just before we go to revealing it all and showing you how it all turned out, you can just about see it here. I just want to say how much we're enjoying doing this, and hopefully we get to do more. If not, I was just thinking about how this has been an insanely busy week. We've had loads of commission work with lots of deadlines that are all landing this week, and we've had to really carve out time to do this. It's nice to have a sort of forced reason to do stuff sometimes, and we force this upon ourselves, but to push ourselves, get out of our comfort zone and make something just for the sake of making, because it's really fun. I just want to remind myself of that sometimes, because sometimes we get a bit bogged down with deadlines and all sorts of things like that. So it was really nice to just make and experiment and play, but we had to make sure we carved the time out, and it's important to remember that. Just a reminder to myself, I suppose. So here is game number 4 of England's World Cup campaign. Enjoy.